Thank you for chipping into another Cyberpunk 2077 news update. In Night City, fallout continues from certain nefarious articles, and Maximum Mike lays down the law once again. In an interesting development within the combat zone, Anita Sarkeesian recently shared her thoughts on nudity, sex, and objectification in Cyberpunk 2077. Anita writes, "Hey CD Projekt Red, I'm always available for consulting cause it sure sounds like you might need it before the whole of the internet drags you for what sounds like some potentially sexist representations, which we all know you've struggled with in the past." Anita goes on to say, "Nudity itself isn't the problem, neither is showing and expressing sexuality or sexual desire. It's all about how it's represented and what values the overall narrative promotes." These comments do not appear to be in direct reference to the Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay material presented at E3 2019, rather an interview with Cyberpunk 2077 game director Adam Badowski and Polygon, published online on June 22nd, 2018, where he talks about Femve rescuing Sandra Dorset from a bathtub filled with ice. "Nudity is important for us because of one reason," Badowski said. "This is cyberpunk, so people augment their body. The body's no longer sacrum, it's profanum. Because people modify everything, they are losing their connection to the body, to the meat, and that's why we need to use the nudity in many situations." In reference to when V attempts to save Sandra Dorset from the scavenger gang in the Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay demo, Badowski explains that, "You see that there are bodies in the tub and you need to take care of this woman, but at the same time Sandra Dorset is augmented. She's not clean, maybe she's augmented too much, maybe the humanity level is pretty low in her, so it's an interesting topic. It's one of the key themes in Cyberpunk. The very first scenes involving Major Motoko Kusanagi in the original Ghost in the Shell anime show the same aspect, because where is the sacrum and where's the profanum in a world where you can simply modify yourself to such limits that it makes you a different kind of person? It's one of the most important themes in Cyberpunk as a genre." Unsurprisingly, Anita entering the fray would draw additional fire from most factions in the combat zone. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Another detail that various commentators are bringing up during this alleged furore is a passage from the Cyberpunk 2020 sourcebook, Neo Tribes, the Nomads of North America from Artal Saurian Games, which, if I recall correctly, came out in 1994. On page 7 of the sourcebook it reads, "It is now accepted among historical scholars that in the decades before the collapse, America suffered from the sickness of racism and cultural identity. Everyone wanted to be seen as special. Every group had to be equal to or preferably better than its neighbors and fought to protect its special rights. If anyone had something that someone else wanted, they were painted as racist, sexist, elitist, or worse. This divisive me-first attitude eventually tore the fabric of American culture apart and caused it to self-destruct in a fireball of competing ideologies, none of which truly recognized each other's validity. Diversity led inexorably to anarchy." Just for the record, Mike Pondsmith did not write the material for Neo Tribes. As far as I'm aware, it was probably Ross Wynn or Eric Open. As for Mike Pondsmith, who is currently having to put up with all this nonsense, he made a further comment on the narrative which was created by the Rock Paper Shotgun article. "As for the animals, the whole freaking point is that they think of themselves as powerful, dangerous, wild animals. You have thought the lady named Sasquatch would have given them a clue. The original Voodoo Boys were a scathing commentary on cultural appropriation. I love the idea that real practitioners of voodoo moved in and took back their turf. And they even got the Creole right. Who the bleep do you think you are to tell me whether my creation was done right or not?" Various commentators have also been accusing CD Projekt Red of being racist. Mike responded, "I'm going to assume you aren't living in Poland and you're not black. That being said, and I apologize if you managed to fit into these narrow parameters, I've traveled all over Poland and have never encountered anything but friendly, accepting people." "But Mike," I hear you say, "you're a famous game designer who travels with a CDPR entourage. It's different for you." Wrong. I'm traveling alone to a lot of cities with my son, friends, and occasional people I meet. I'm taking taxis, trains, and even Uber. People are unerringly friendly. Look, reality check. A government does not define its people. A government reflects whoever managed to grab the wheel for a while. That's one reason why there should be cyberpunks. Most of the Poles I have met really hate the current government, and that's why there are huge demonstrations in the streets of Warszawa against them. On top of it, the CDPR crew is one of the most ethnically diverse international crews I have ever worked with, and I get a bit tired of people who have never talked to them, have never visited the country, and still make sweeping generalizations about what other people think. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Also, be sure to send Maximum Mike your support. Hey Samurai, I'm Kazuliski, and I hope you found this Cyberpunk 2077 news to be informative. Are you interested in more Cyberpunk 2077 content? Then be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions or feedback, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you for chipping in.